In this video, I'm going to show you how I press my bingo bags, can cozies, and coin purses. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. So I'm getting ready now to do the bag set on the press. I have the prints all printed out here. This is the 3 pages of prints that I need. That's the back of the bingo bag. And that's the front of the bingo bag. And this is for the coin purse and the can cozy. You can see that it's a mirror image. I also have a bag ready to go here, a blank bag. And I have my boards that I use. The template for these boards is available in our mini course. Link is in the description below. They tell you you can use cardboard to press these bags, but I would not go there if I were you. I've ruined so many bags trying to use a cardboard template to keep these things stiff in the press. You need to apply a great deal of pressure, and the cardboard just doesn't hold up to it. Template for these bags is in our mini course. You need to cut 3 copies of it. I've tried it with 1. I've tried it with 2. Now I use 3. 3 holds its shape very well, and it does a perfect job every time. If you have the right template cut out, these fit perfectly into these bags. I also have a blank coin purse and a blank can cozy. So I'm going to proceed to press these now and show you how it's done. So I use newsprint as my blowout paper because I live in a town that has a paper mill and I get rolls of this stuff very cheaply, sometimes free. So I'm going to start off with the can cozy. So I'm just going to take that out of the package here. Before I go to print anything, press anything, I'm just going to get the correct pressure. So I just lay this in the center of the platen here. I use a 15 by 15 heat press. The can cozy and the coin purse require pretty much the same pressure. You wouldn't think because this looks a little larger, but it has to give it a great deal of pressure to make sure it gets into the seams and stuff. So whatever I set the pressure for the can cozy to, I use for the coin purse as well. So I'll start with the coin purse, I guess. You need a fair bit of pressure. So that is too much pressure because I just did a license plate. I'm just going to loosen the pressure up here a little. Not a lot though. Okay, so that closes. You don't want it so that it squats your zipper because you do have the zipper here. The zipper on these does not melt with the heat. You might want to be careful when you're doing the bags though, because it may distort the zipper somewhat if you use too much pressure and too much time. I generally use 400 degrees for 20 seconds, nice firm pressure, and I'll show you how to gauge the pressure on the mini course on my website. It shows you how to gauge the pressure perfectly for the lunch bags. So this closes, so it's all good. I'm just going to try the can cozy as well. Should be the same pressure required to do the can cozy. Yep, it was nice and firm. You got to give it a little bit of a push to get it down. So I'm going to cut out these templates now. I normally try to get as much as I can on a sheet of paper if I'm doing several projects at one time. But just for demonstration purposes today, I just didn't do that. So I'm just going to cut out the templates for the coin purse as well. Now trim as much excess as I can off of here. I don't use any tape for these. You can use tape if you like, but I find that is not necessary. So I'm just going to set this aside until I'm ready to do that coin purse. So cut off as much of the excess as you can. It's starting to curl up here. So we're just going to take this template which says Grandma. And what I do is I take my can cozy and I line it up as close to the top as I can, making sure there's equal distance on each side. The bingo balls, some of them will print onto the front part of the can cozy and some will print onto the bottom, but it was designed that way. So now that you have it lined up, I just hold it tightly, flip it, make sure it doesn't move. Place it where I had it when I set the pressure. And you can just hollow platen down. It looks like it might move, but it won't. If you do it right, it won't move. You can, like I said, put a bit of tape on it if that makes you happy and if that makes you more confident in what you're doing. Or you can use the spray. I don't bother with any of that. I use tape on like aluminum things, and sometimes I do it on the pencil cases that I do. Use a bit of tape just to make sure that it doesn't move. 400 degrees for 20 seconds and we're done. So we just lift it up, take this off, and there you go. There's your can cozy. Now I'm going to do the other side, same method. Line it up close to the top as you can without leaving it, making sure you're not going to get any white space on there. This is a bit hot now, so if you're doing any amount, you can do one side on all of them first so that they get a chance to cool down before you do the other side. So there you go. I have it lined up on the other side. So I'm just going to lay that there, flatten it down with my hands a bit because it does curl a little bit. It will curl a little bit, so in the middle there. Just give it a good press and wait for our 20 seconds at 400 degrees. Now we're going to get ready to press the coin purse. So this is my back, this is my front, and I generally like to put the front design on so that, excuse me, so that when a person has their coin purse in front of them, they can open it with their left hand. Right-handed people tend to open coin purses and stuff with their left hand, or from the left. I'm not necessarily their left hand, but from the left. I'm left-handed, so I do it backwards. So, but I always put the front-facing design on the coin purse so that the start of the zipper is on the left-hand side. You don't have to do it that way, but that's just the way that I do it. So there we got our can cozy done. And now you notice that I made a little boo-boo here. I got a little bit of a white here, but that's okay because I can take my blade and trim that off. That doesn't, I won't have to scrap this one. I'm usually a lot more careful when I'm placing my files on my substrates. It's just that I'm trying to demonstrate on this video and I just wasn't careful enough. So I'm just going to cut that off with my blade. That's fine. So for your coin purse, if you want this on this side with the zipper facing left, this needs to go on like this. So you place the coin purse face down with the zipper pointing up. I've ruined a few that I've done it with the zipper pointing down. We don't want that. So now the edge of the tab of the zipper is going to be facing right because when you flip it over, it's going to be on the left. So same deal, just take it, line it up, make sure it doesn't move. Center the coin purse as best you can in the middle of this circle. Lay it down here. And if you want to make sure it doesn't move, you can always place another piece of paper over the top of it. But I'm not going to bother with that. So I'm just going to give that a press there now. Sorry, not 20 minutes. That will surely melt it. 20 seconds, 400 degrees. And there you can see you got your little coin purse. It's white on the other side. We're going to fix that now. We're going to make it black. So we do the exact same thing here. Just take it. Lay it down with your white side against the black template here. Line it up, center, flip it over, and give it a press. There's so much paper around all the time. I do a lot of pressing, so I always have a bunch of paper, and it's hard to keep up to, but I try to clean it up once a day. So here's our coin purse, our black back. Sometimes you might get a little bit of a white edge on here, but usually by the time it cools off, that shrinks back into the coin purse and you can't see it at all. It's too hot here to try the zipper, but whenever I send anything out with a zipper that I've pressed at 400 degrees, I always test the zipper. Make sure it works, because there's nothing worse than getting a phone call or an email saying, I got my order, but the zipper doesn't work, or the zipper is broken, and then you have to do another one and send out. I don't like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is our bag itself. So we want to take that out of the package. This is just a quick demonstration. In my mini course, I show you all the tips and tricks to get a perfect press every time. So for this one, you need to back the pressure off quite a bit because it's so thick, and it's a lot thicker at the bottom because you have two layers here at the bottom. So I just put my templates, my jigs in here, push it down one side of the bottom. So I'm going to do the front first, and you want to hold it upside down like this and just give it a good tug. And you make sure that there's equal distance around these white edges, because there's a little bit of the board that's on the outside of the white edges. So when you press, you just line your bag and your template up. I lined the bottom edge up with the bottom of the platen. So I'm going to test for pressure first. I know that this is way too much pressure, so I'm going to back it off. I use a clamshell. I don't know, I haven't done this with a, I haven't done it with the other type of press that, sorry, I'm just trying to adjust the pressure here. I haven't done it with a straight down press, like I don't know what they're called. I've never had one. Okay, this is too much, not enough pressure, because it closes too easily. So if you press that like that, you're going to end up with blotchy spots because you don't have enough pressure. So I'm going to tighten the pressure up a little bit. Okay, that should be good. So I'm going to take the front of the bingo bag here, which says Grandma's Bingo Bag. I'm going to put it on top of the bag itself. I'm going to line up my template. And I'm going to give it a press. And that's 20 seconds at 400 degrees. There's so many little tips and tricks to know when doing these bags. They're about, well, in Canada here I paid like well over $7.50 Canadian per bag. And it's very heartbreaking when you ruin a bag because it cuts into your profit so much. When I started making these bags, I almost could cry every day. I ruined so many bags. But I kept with it and I learned little things as I was going, and now I do the bags pretty much perfect every time. So you see there's a little bit of white edge here. I'm just going to give that a little touch up with black Sharpie. This one's a bit dried out. I got another one there. I'll just give it a little touch up just to darken it up a little bit. So now that you got the front done, you can just flip the bottom over your template, over your jig. Give it a little pull here, make sure it's down well. And you do the same thing on this side. And again, it's not just bingo bags you can do makeup bags, lunch bags. I do shaving bags for men. I do dart bags. I do purse bags for hockey team moms with their kids' number on one side and their picture with their hockey stick on the other side, same as soccer. All kinds of different things. I've done bag sets for dart leagues, like 30 at a time. It's very, very lucrative, and it's a very good product to have in your sublimation shop. You should have a lot of ventilation when you're doing these bags, though. If you're doing more than one or two, you need to have good ventilation because it does give off a bit of fumes. So there we go. Here's our bag. Get out of my way. I'm going to bingo. Grandma's bingo bag. And again, I'll fix up these edges with a black Sharpie. Just do it very lightly and you can't even notice it. And our can cozy to match. And our coin purse. So now this is cooled off. I can check the zipper to make sure it works. And it works perfectly. And I'm also going to try the zipper in the lunch bag as well. The zipper in this is a little hot yet. Perfect. Thanks for watching.